It's your boy Hendo checking in, coming to y'all with another video. And today we got our black people all around the world are allowed to say nigga. Some people say yeah, we got some people saying nah. Let's get into it. And me personally, how I feel about it is that nigga is a word that's been used throughout history by white people to describe darker skinned people. So it hasn't just been used in America. But on the flip side of that, Americans have been on paper classified as Negroes. That's why we took the word, flipped it. And a big reason of why everybody is using it today is because they see it in black media, black American media. So everybody else is using it today. Me personally, I think if you're black, you should be able to use it even if you didn't go through the American struggle, because the word also has been used against other dark-skinned people. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, I feel like none of us should really use it, and I'm gonna try to push it out my vocabulary. But you guys let me know what you think about it. Let me know in the comments. We got both perspectives in this video, so we're gonna look at both of them, listen to both of them, tell me what you think, tell me what you disagree with, tell me how you feel about the situation, and let's get into it.
I don't care that Africans are saying the N-word. I don't care that non-American black people are saying the N-word, because they're still black people at the end of the day. Why are y'all trying to make it seem like black people internationally, if they're not African-American, they're not black? That's incredibly weird to me. I think it's incredibly weird to try to claim a word, a slur, as just a slur that was used against African-American people when it wasn't. It really shows to me how much you don't care about global blackness, because you're so mad at African creators and African people on Twitter and TikTok when that's not most of the African people. There are still millions and millions of...
As a black person, I feel like I feel other black people when they say that they don't feel like other black people should be able to say nigga. And I think the reason is because they don't really understand the culture and why we say it, why some of them don't. And that's not all of them, like he said. It's not all of them. It's not everybody, but a lot of them don't understand the culture and don't like the culture. You know, they come to America, they don't want to be around us. They treat us like they're like tools of white supremacy when they come to America in a way. So that's why it becomes like, why are y'all even saying nigga?
Millions and millions of great African people who understand African American culture and who will be very appreciative to what they've done, what we've done to contribute to the world, you know? It's really funny for y'all to think that once you step out of this country, people are just like not using the N-word. That's not how that works. I've met people who have left their country because of political unrest and they somehow still found a way to call me the N-word. Like, I'm so sorry, please be serious. People are very anti-black in the US. People are also very anti-black internationally. You think they're not calling black people in Europe the N-word? Like, what are you talking about? You think when the Europeans were oppressing the Africans, which, let's be for real, they're still doing, you think they weren't calling them slurs there too? You think they're not calling black people in Latin America the N-word when they're oppressing them as well? Like, let's be for real, I'm so sorry. Like, and it makes me so mad I can't even come up with words to explain how mad I am about how dumb you are being on the internet. There are certain experiences that are very African American in regards to oppression, right? And one of them is not the N-word. I'm so sorry. I can't with y'all, I really can't. Fascism is at the door. The current American government is trying to make it harder for black people in the US to be people and outside of the US as well. And y'all want to argue about some, oh, well, the N-word shouldn't be you, the people. Shut up. And the thing is, y'all not even finding this hard for people who are not black saying the N-word. I'm so sorry. Your plans are playing with these Africans over there. They're playing with us over here. Like, we're all lost.
Okay, this might offend a lot of people, but I don't really give a shit, my nigga. If you have a problem with Mexicans saying nigga, or with Asians saying nigga, and you're black, but you're not African American, you can't say it either. I hate how African girls and African dudes will get mad if somebody says the N-word, right? But it's like, dude, you can't say the N-word either. The N-word isn't like a racial slur given to black people. It's a racial slur given to black African Americans. If you're not African American, you can't say the N-word. You shouldn't be saying that. Even if you're black and you're African, I don't care. If you're black and you're from Germany, you can't say the N-word. The N-word is specifically a word created by the African American communities. So you can't say shit when the Mexican nigga says the N-word and you're African and you're saying the N-word. Because, nigga, you can't say it either. You can't say that word. That is an African American word. You shouldn't say it. If you're from Nigeria, you shouldn't say it. Sudan, you shouldn't say it. Ethiopia, you shouldn't say it. If you're from some buttfuck place in the Netherlands and you're black, you still can't say it. You're not African American. Like, why is no one speaking on how crazy it is that people say the N-word just because they're black when it's not? It wasn't a black thing. It was an African American thing, you dumbass. So I don't care what nobody says. If y'all can say it, the Mexicans can say it, the Asians can say it, the whites can say it. Fuck it, y'all say it, right? Y'all can't say either, and y'all say it, so anyone can fucking say the word, my nigga.
All right, I feel like he was wrong when he was saying it was a black American thing, but I still understand where he was coming from, because I feel like another way to word what I feel like he was trying to say was that if you don't fuck with black Americans, why are you saying nigga? And when he's saying it's a black American thing, I feel like he was saying what I said earlier, that black Americans popularized it. In America, it's a black American thing. Like in your country, you might say it, but that's really only because of black American media. You've been fed it in the music, the movies, things like that. You have subscribed to black American culture. So you subscribe to black American culture, cool, but that don't give you the right to come over here and say it if you don't fuck with black Americans. So that's another way of putting it. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. Everybody want to be like, hey, my nigga, talk like a nigga, walk like a nigga, dress like a nigga, speak like a nigga, use all our slang, call it Gen Z slang, you know what I mean? But then sit around and be like, no, I'm not. No, fuck them niggas. Or yeah, black people are the problem. I got black fatigue type shit. That's the type of niggas they be. But then they want to sit up and say, nigga, these Africans be the hardest Trump voters, and all of these dark-skinned people that come over here will vote against us, will be out there speaking against George Floyd or any other situations. Black Lives Matter. We'll be out here caping for the white man, but then we'll come over here and be like, oh, yeah, nigga, what's up, my nigga? You're not a nigga. Stop saying nigga. So that's where I feel like he's coming from. Although he's wrong with saying nigga is not a everywhere thing. It is an everywhere thing. Nigga has been used everywhere. We were the ones who decided we were taking it back. And now everybody wants to jump on that bandwagon.
So, guys, there's a video going around of somebody saying that British people, black British people, shouldn't be able to say the N-word, shouldn't say the N-word. And it's an African American saying this. And there's black British people, you know, stitching the video, rebutting, saying, like, you know, this is stupid, we can say the N-word. And when I see these videos, I'm not gonna lie, I just think everybody looks silly. Fighting for the right to use a racial slur. I mean, really? I don't know. Personally, I don't like the word. Like, I don't like to refer to people as that word because I find it really disrespectful, you know, to people who have actually been beaten, abused, killed because of that word. I mean, slavery was a deep thing. So to sit there and fight about, oh, who should be able to call someone a slur, like, it's embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
She's right. Arguing with anybody over a slur, whether they're white, black, Mexican, I don't care, is dumb. Like, we just gotta let it go. Like, the whole nigga thing, what we've even created as nigga culture now is just not even worth keeping in the culture, to me personally. Some people might think differently. If you think differently, let me know in the comments. But, you know, I don't know, bro. It's just dumb. We just gotta let the word go. Let the culture of nigga go. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to label ourselves as something that the white man seen us as, or a label that they gave.
I have to just point it out. White people and Asian people cannot use the N-word, yeah? But black people can. I know you're thinking double standards. Yeah. No, it's not. Oh. Let me tell you the two originations of the N-word. The first of all, most slaves came from the Nigeria area. It was shortened to Niger, which was shortened to nigger. That's how it came about. Then it was used during slave trade, yeah, as a way to demean the black man. At the same time, in old Ethiopian language, niggers, N-E-G-U-S, means royalty. It means you are glorifying your skin. So the take back of the word nigger is for two things: to call each other royalty because he my nigger, and the second thing is to show we ain't no slave, and we can call each other nigger because we've retaken that word. However, even if a white person says it to me, even if they're not being racist to me, I don't care. You don't use that word to me, because originally when you used it to my ancestors, it wasn't no play word, it wasn't no rap word, yeah? So I'm gonna use it to my nigger. Ain't nobody using that word to me if you're not black.
Should we use the N-word today? Who's allowed to use it? Are black people the only ones allowed to use it, if at all? Are non-black people allowed to use it? The N-word derived from the Latin word for black. As early as the 16th century, the N-word became a thing, and it was a discriminatory, racist, hateful, oppressive term used to describe a black person by a white person. The N-word didn't describe a skin color. It described a lack of rights, freedom, respect, humanity. It described a discriminatory structure that still exists today.
China, I say this to you with love. Please stop saying the N-word in your songs. I'm so sorry. Like, before y'all start with this, oh, she's still black. I know that China is a black British woman. I'm fully aware. The problem is that China has a very, very thick British accent.
Yeah, that makes no fucking sense. First, do you understand American history? Because it was Great Britain that came and colonized what is now known as America. And America gained their independence from Great Britain. So there's definitely a historical relationship between the people of Great Britain and the people in America. And you also understand that the people who were enslaved in Great Britain came from the same place that were enslaved in America. Both Great Britain and America was known for receiving their enslaved Africans from West Africa. I mean, literally the only difference between you who was born in America and a black person who was born in Great Britain is where the slave ship dropped them off. And the only reason why you made such a weird comment like that is because you only correlate that accent with white people and you don't understand the depth of black history in itself. And of course, we can't blame you for it. We have to blame the school system because for some reason talking about race is a fucking problem.
This is my problem with things like that is as black people in America, we never look at our history as a separate history. We always look at our history as a black history, like the black diaspora history. Like the history that he's speaking on is black diaspora history. But there's also black American history. And and then the thing is people try to say like, okay, well, black Americans are Africans. Okay. Where do we draw lines, guys? I really got to know where we draw the lines. Like, so when a Nigerian moves over here, he's just automatically an American. How many generations does he become just an American and not a Nigerian anymore? How many generations? Because after 400 years of being over here, and black Americans are the only people who are still put in a box as like, no, you're still not allowed to be your own people. Like Native Americans aren't even, the people known as Native Americans today are not even native to this land. They came across the the Siberian bridge, the whatever that bridge was called, the land walk that they came across, the ice bridge. They walked their ass over here. They ain't from here. So why do they get to be natives? You know what I mean? It's like, at what point do you have, how long, where's the cutoff? Where's the line? I hope y'all get what I'm saying. So to me, we've earned we're no longer Africans. We are now black Americans, but at the same time, yeah, we have African roots. Yeah, everyone does. Everyone has black roots. Everyone comes from blackness. Every original person on every continent was black. So until you understand that, then what does it matter? Yeah, we're all black, but there's different subgroups of black people, and we are our own subgroup. That's just a different thing. So, but yeah.
Thank God I ain't white. I could say nigga.
What I'm about to say might shock a bunch of maybe African people, seeing as I'm African myself. She's not wrong. If a black person says, we shouldn't say, that's what when I say black person, I mean black American. If they think that we shouldn't say the N-word, it's probably because black American culture is now different from, African culture. They have spent enough time as a separate set of people that they are different from Africans at this point, even though, yes, many of them want to connect back to their roots and all of those things. Here's the thing, though. When it comes down to it, if something, the R word, racist, I don't know if TikTok will block the video if I say the R word, but if something racist happens, then nobody's going to say, oh, if you're black American, come to this side. If you're African, come to this side, and then we're going to be racist to this person and not racist to the other group. It won't happen that way. We're all black at the end of the day, so this divide is unnecessary. So every man is on.
Who can say the N-word and who can't say the N-word is something that black Americans take very seriously. But I have a question. Why do we allow Africans to say the N-word? Hear me out. Let's look at Dantum. He's a British actor of Nigerian descent, a great actor who was in Snowfall, and he played a black American where he often used the N-word in the show. Now, Dantum doesn't have any ancestry in the Americas. He doesn't have any family that was enslaved. But you know who does? Bad Bunny, because of his complexion. Most Latinos, Caribbeans of his complexion, Black Americans, when they see that person say the N-word, they're infuriated because they're like, your ancestors were probably enslavers. They usually draw the line with Hispanics, Latinos, and Caribbeans around Kristen Million's complexion. And as a Black American, what you're going to see on your ancestry DNA matches are cousins from the Caribbeans, from Latin America. But you won't see any Africans, or I haven't seen that on any Black American trees that I have looked at. I haven't seen anyone with two parents from Africa, but I have many cousins who have two parents from Mexico, two parents from Jamaica, two parents from Haiti, two parents from Puerto Rico. And that's because we have a shared history. Words like mulatto, octoroon, quadroon are all words that were used all over the Americas, including the N-word. So this book covers the history of a law that the Spanish royal government put in place called Gracias al Sacar, which meant that people who came from enslaved ancestors, enslaved Black ancestors, could legally take out the Blackness from their family trees. For example, Petronila's family was classified as Negro, mulatto, quadroon, and eventually white through this law. Even though Petronila was mostly white, that didn't stop the European colonists from looking down at anyone who associated with her or her family. And keep in mind, Petronila looked white herself. She may have looked something like J-Lo. And just to really get y'all thinking, did y'all know that the British called anyone who was of a Black complexion or brown complexion the N-word? Now, the British calling your people the N-word from afar, and then your family having to actually be under this whole legal status of being the N-word on a legal document are two different things. I don't think that the N-word should really be used by anyone, because I don't think that when we take it back, it's really, we're taking the power back. I get that it's used in art for creative reasons, and we like, a lot of Black Americans argue that they like to use it because it's our word. As you can see, it's really not our word, but yeah, to each their own.
So over the weekend, I said that it makes me uncomfortable when Black people outside of the United States use the N-word. And to be clear, I never said that y'all could not use the word. I never said to stop using the word. I never said don't use the N-word, Black Brits, Black Canadians, Black Jamaicans, or what have you. I never said that. All I said was that it makes me uncomfortable. I asked politely for y'all to just reconsider how it makes Black American people feel, right? Okay, cool. So fast forward now, there's a bunch of Black people from all over the world in my comment section telling Black Americans to shut the fuck up and go fry some chicken. Okay. But yet, I'm the one that's divisive and unnecessary. Do you see what the problem is? Like, do you see? And my question to you, and again, this is one of my mutuals, so I'm asking you respectfully, when exactly were we ever united? Like, when, like I said in previous videos, Black Americans, we do not have allies in the African diaspora. We don't. Because as you can see in the comment section of this video, we're being told to shut the fuck up, go fry some chicken. We're being told to go take our fucking braids out of our hair. We're being told that we don't know where we come from. All kinds of shit from Black people. Okay? And then you wonder why we don't want y'all using the word. You wonder why we fucking cringe at the sound of y'all using this word. Do you see what the problem is? The problem is not us. The problem did not start with us. Black Americans establishing boundaries and telling y'all how we fucking feel is not the problem. The problem is that y'all do not respect Black American culture. You do not respect, I'm not talking to you specifically, I'm just talking in general. Y'all do not respect Black American people. Y'all think that our culture is nothing more than a trend, and y'all don't look at us as actual human beings. And I want to be clear, not every American feels the way I do. Black Americans, we're not a monolith. There are some Black Americans who don't give a fuck. As you can see, they're in the comment section. But there are also some Black Americans who do. There are also Black Americans who feel the same way I do. And our opinions deserve to be respected. We deserve to be held out. And I just don't like that y'all, that you specifically, or just this narrative that us sharing our thoughts is being described as unnecessary and divisive. I don't like that shit. I'm sorry. Like, respectfully, it's a little, I could say so much more, but yeah, no, I'm not, no, absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, I want to end this off with a little story. So, or just to teach a little bit about my where I come from in Black American culture. To me, now to me, you know, the Black Americans that I've been around in my family, the ones that I love, we joke with each other. We bag on each other, flame each other, whatever you may call it, right? And we know how far to take it. You know what I mean? Like, if my cousin's mom is dead, I'm not gonna be like, yo mama this and yo mama that. You know what I mean? I might talk about his granny. I might talk about his dad, his cousin. You know what I mean? But it depends on how close we are and how you know what I mean? It depends. You know what I mean? But if someone do take it too far, we be like, hey bro, I don't play like that. I'm like, we could joke whatever about whatever, but just don't bring my mom into it, or don't do this, or whatever they sore spot is. You know, my brother, you know, passed away, you know, and we all can respect it. And I feel like most cultures are like that. Like, they can respect each other for certain things. They have that respect level with each other, and we do too. So it's hard for me to understand why, if Black American says to anybody, like, hey, you saying that word offends me, or anybody saying to anybody, hey, you saying that offends me, why it is a problem. You know what I mean? Why you wouldn't just say, oh, cool, if that's offensive, bro, we don't gotta go there. And that's why I feel like anybody who does say it, they just are just being disrespectful on purpose. You know what I mean? And I also feel like Black people, we as a whole, we should stop saying it. We should just leave it alone, leave it in the past. But anyway, people who say it around you, no matter what race they are, they could be your Mexican partner, they're your real homie. If you say, just test them. Just say, if you got somebody around you that say, hey bro, it's making me uncomfortable when you say that. Can you please stop? If they got any other reaction besides, for real, like, for real though, is it really making you uncomfortable? I won't say it around you then, bro. If they got any response other than that, then they only saying it because they don't give a fuck. They really don't give a fuck about you, your feelings as a person, or you as a friend. So I hope that people going forward can have a more of an understanding for each other and respect for each other. We can all move with a mutual respect for each other, and that would make life a lot easier and better for all of us who have to share this planet together. But thank you for watching. If you made it this far, good looking out, bro. I appreciate it. I really do. Like, comment, subscribe, hype this video up. I appreciate y'all. I'm out.